CCI, Crash Course Instrumentation presents Episode Mark 33, Sensors 101, Signals, Sensors, and Real-World Signals. Fresh after episodes 19 to 26 on analog switches. In those lessons, we covered mechanical and electronic switches, on-off behavior. Today, we pivot to sensors that report how much of something we have, not just whether it's present. Open hook. Have you ever dimmed the lights, pressed a gas pedal, or watched a bar graph rise on a screen? Those are count analog signals. They carry how much. In industry, immediate sensors turn the real world, temperature, pressure, level, light, motion, into signals our systems can read and act on. What we mean by sensor and how it differs from a switch. A sensor is a type of transducer. A transducer converts one form of energy into another. A charge sensor converts a physical quantity, like temperature or pressure, into an electrical signal. A switch is different. A perm switch tells you on or off. It's called a discrete or digital device because it only has two useful states. A sensor usually outputs a variable signal, that's called analog. It changes smoothly with the thing being measured. Examples: a small voltage, a small current, or a changing watt resistance, capacitance, or watt's inductance. Key idea for this episode: sensors carry information about how much. We already did on-off in episodes 19-26. Now we focus on my continuous measurement. The big signal families, plain English overview, voltage-making sensors. The device creates a voltage you can measure. Microphones, moving coil, condenser, turn sound into a small voltage. Thermocouples use the Seebeck effect. Two different metals joined at a hot junction create a tiny voltage related to temperature. Current-making sensors. The device creates a small current you can measure. Photodiodes, under light, generate a tiny current proportional to light level. Radiation detectors and electrochemical gas cells are classic current sources. Resistance-changing sensors. The device's resistance changes with the stimulus. Strain gauges, stretch, resistance changes, force, weight measurement, load cells. RTDs, resistive temperature detectors, change resistance with temperature. Photoresistors, light-dependent resistors, change resistance with light. Capacitance changing sensors. The device's capacitance changes. Capacitive proximity level time, plate spacing, or dielectric shift changes capacitance. Pressure diaphragms. Tiny motion changes capacitance. Inductance changing sensors. The device's inductance changes. Inductive proximity. Metal targets alter coil inductance. LVDT style. Linear variable differential transformer. Concepts use changing coupling to track position with excellent resolution. Fresh versus the switch lessons, why this isn't a repeat. Switches report present, not present. They're great for safety limits and interlocks. Sensors report how much. That enables quantish control loops. Trending. Alarms with set points and deadbands. And twatting calculation. For example, flow inferred from differential pressure. Instruments can use both. A tank might have a high-level switch for safety, and a continuous level sensor for control and inventory. Signal conditioning, how we make tiny signals usable. Amplify and filter. Tiny voltages or currents ride on electrical noise. We use amplifiers and punch-hole filters to get a clean, stable reading. Bridge circuits for resistive sensors. A Wheatstone bridge turns small resistance changes, like strain, into measurable voltage differences. Excitation, clean power for sensors. RTDs and strain gauges need a stable source current or voltage. Thermocouples don't need excitation but do need cold junction compensation, measuring the reference junction temperature so the math is correct. Transmission standards. In plants, we often send measurements as 4 to 20 milliamps. A robust current signal that resists noise and allows long cable runs. Choosing the right sensor, practical checklist. Accuracy, how close to the true value. Precision, how tight the readings are to each other. Repeatability. Response time, how quickly it follows changes. Don't use a slow sensor for a fast process. Selectivity. Does it respond mainly to what you want, or to other things too? Light, heat, vibration. Range and environment. Temperature, vibration, moisture, chemicals, explosion proofing. Mounting and wiring. Cable lengths, shielding, bending radius, conduit, glands, terminal blocks. Total cost of ownership. Initial price, calibration time, replacement parts, spares, downtime risk. Safety and reliability, what can go wrong and how to guard against it. Open circuits. Broken wire yields a dead signal. Use bani, wire color codes. Terminal labels. Strain relief. And bounce, loop checks. Drift and calibration. Some sensors drift with age or temperature. Schedule calibrations based on criticality. Noise pickup. Long runs and motors add noise. Use phone twisted pair. Shielding. Proper grounding. And kautag and separation. From power cables. Hazardous locations. When gases or dusts are present, use equipment and practices that are correctly rated. Mini lab, no special gear. Room temperature sensor taste test. Place in quach RTD or thermistor in ice water, then in warm water, and watch the reading change. Shine a light on a photodiode or photoresistor and cover it with your hand. Slightly bend a strain gauge called coupon or load cell demo and watch the bridge output shift. Log what changes faster or slower and which signals are clean versus noisy. History nugget keeps it memorable. Thomas Seebeck, 1820s, noticed that two different metals joined together make a tiny voltage when their junction is heated. That's the basis of the quars thermocouple, one of the most widely used temperature sensors in the world. Wrap up, what to remember. Switches are on-off for limits and safety, episodes 19 to 26. Sensors give how much and for measurement and control. Signal conditioning makes tiny signals trustworthy. Choose wisely, using accuracy, precision, response time, environment, and cost. Credits in CTA. Huge thanks to Tony Coupalt and the open source community for the instructional models we build on. If this helped, please like the video, subscribe to Crash Course Instrumentation, and share with a friend or coworker who's learning too.